Welcome to the top 7 dinosaur comic book characters. Seriously, Jurassic World is coming out this week and I am stupid amounts of excited. So make sure you check out this cross-promotional video with all of our other channels. Top 6 dinosaur video games on Eligible Monster, top 8 killer dinosaurs on List Bomb, and could we actually clone dinosaurs on Comicstorian TV, our newest project. Number 7 is the Jurassic Park comics by IDW. Now, with this list being themed this way due to the release of the Jurassic World movie, you would think that this would be number 1. But sadly, it doesn't have a dinosaur superhero, so I felt like we just needed to throw it in here at the end so you know it exists. But there are currently 2 series that I could find. They bring you back to the original park, and they hype up the amazing concept of dinosaurs in the current day. When you get a chance, just look up Jurassic Park Redemption to follow the story of John Hammond's grandchildren, or Jurassic Park Dangerous Games if you want to check out a story of a CIA agent who's stranded on the island. Number 6 is Godzilla. Okay, this is kind of debatable if Godzilla can actually count as a dinosaur, I know. Sometimes he's considered a mutated ancient make-believe dinosaur, and sometimes he's just a giant iguana. But I think there's one thing that we can all agree on. When I want a giant lizard stomping around, Godzilla kinda fits that bill. Godzilla is just awesome, and Marvel knew this by starring him in his own 24-issue comic run series, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Number 5 is SAURON of the Savage Land and X-Men fame. And yes, I did say Sauron, and no, he didn't star in The Lord of the Rings. So in the early eras of comics, vampires and things like that weren't allowed. It would end up classifying the comic as horror and get it removed from many shelves. After asking if their energy-sucking creature that looked like a bat would be allowed, Marvel was told nope, no chance in hell. So they decided that a guy that changes into a half-dinosaur should work, and it did. Enter Sauron. While he is a classic X-Men villain, finding him in a story may be a bit rough, but when you do, you can just see how crazy X-Men used to be. Number 4 is Dr. Dinosaur from Atomic Robo. Dr. Dinosaur is a super genius dinosaur that believes himself to be a super genius, time-traveling dinosaur individual. He thinks that he's from the future, here to prevent an event in 2008 from happening that destroys his world. If you follow his attempts to stop Atomic Robo, it just gets weirder from there, with things as simple as him using a buzzsaw to cut off Atomic Robo's head, to even controlling a dinosaur decked out with modern-day weapons that he calls the Futurosaurus Rex. Number 3 is a classic hero, Devil Dinosaur. He often teams up with his partner, Moon Boy, an ape-like boy, but long story short, DC was making plans to launch a new animated feature involving Camedy. So Marvel had Jack Kirby create their own version of Camedy, and they decided that they should give him a pet dinosaur, because dinosaurs were a big thing in the 70s. Their adventure started on their own world known as Dinosaur World, but as time went on, they got moved to the normal 616 universe and planets, and they eventually retired to the Savage Land, where they team up with the likes of Spider-Man and other heroes once in a while. Whenever I find these guys in a comic book, I find myself just going, "It's Devil Dinosaur!" and everyone else just going, "Who?" Number 2. For number 2, I want to mention another speaking dinosaur type person that Spider-Man has worked with and against. He is STEGRON, the Dinosaur Man. He was brought in by S.H.I.E.L.D. to work with Dr. Kurt Connors on experiments that involved dinosaur DNA. As you can imagine, this couldn't possibly go wrong, until it did. He injected himself with dinosaur DNA, turning himself into an orange, semi-humanoid dinosaur creature, and he gained the ability to talk and command real dinosaurs. In any normal universe, this would basically make him a useless villain. But in the Marvel universe, we have the Savage Land, which is filled with dinosaurs. So he went there, got all the dinosaurs, and brought them back to New York City. A lot of his adventures end with him in the Savage Land, where he actually teamed up with Devil Dinosaur. Though I couldn't find anything where Devil Dinosaur and STEGRON battled against Sauron. Seems like that would have been the ultimate dinosaur battle. Number 1 is GRIMLOCK, the transformer that is a robotic T-Rex and full robot at the same time. You can go ahead and argue that he's not a real dinosaur, he's a robot in disguise, and I can tell you to shut it because this is my dinosaur list and my pickings were a little slim. Anyway, he's the amazing leader of the Dinobots, and he's very cold and merciless. He considers everyone beneath him, even Optimus Prime at times, and he should because he's a motherfrackin' robotic T-Rex. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you next time right here at Comicstorian.